What you're about to see isn't a frozen wasteland at the edge of the world. It's a village, with families, children who go to school, farmers who milk their cows every morning, people who laugh, eat dinner, take baths, and somehow do all of it. Here, where the air is so cold, your breath turns to ice crystals before it even leaves your lips, where temperatures have plunged to minus 71.2 degrees Celsius, and where one wrong decision, staying outside 5 minutes too long, can cost you a finger, a limb, or your life. This is Oymyakon, Russia, the coldest permanently inhabited place on Earth. And this is what it takes to survive here. Getting here is a journey in itself. A 7-hour flight east from Moscow, and that's just the beginning. From there, an 18-hour, 900-kilometer road trip through a white, silent wilderness before you even catch a glimpse of the village. And when you finally arrive, at 2 in the morning, the thermometer reads minus 60.5 degrees. Step out of the car, and the hairs inside your nose freeze instantly. Every breath feels like swallowing shards of glass. The village is silent, empty. No one outside, as if time itself has frozen. And in a way, it has. Just to walk around, you'd need over 20 layers of clothing, nearly 14 kilograms of fabric, gloves, boots, coat, all made from reindeer fur. And still, within minutes, your skin starts to sting. Ice forms on your eyelashes. The cold doesn't creep in. It attacks. Yevdokia is already up at dawn. She wraps cloth around her cow's udder before milking. The tissue would freeze in seconds without it. Then the cows must walk themselves to the river to drink, because there are no pipes in Oymyakon. Pipes would freeze the moment water touched them. The river itself is mostly solid, except for one stretch, where underground springs keep the water moving. The cows know exactly where to go. They've done this their whole lives. Within 15 minutes outside, frostbite had already set in on the nose. The cold shrinks your blood vessels. Cells begin to rupture, tissue starts dying, and you might not even feel it happening. After that, staying outside for more than 10 minutes at a time becomes too dangerous, but the story demands pushing forward anyway. Ivan calls himself a man of the forest. His hunting grounds stretch deep into a wilderness most people will never see. He's laid traps in the frozen undergrowth, traps that will determine whether there's food on the table tonight. He moves through the snow with a hunter's calm, reading the landscape like a language only he understands. Fresh tracks, a faint yellow stain, signs that something living passed through here not long ago. When he opens his net in the frozen river, a fish lives for only seconds in the open air before it stiffens completely solid. He warms it between his palms before slicing it raw and frozen, the only way it's eaten here. No vegetables grow in Oymyakon. The vitamins come from the meat. And by morning, one of his traps has claimed a wolf. Caught overnight, the animal froze before it could free itself. If you stop moving in this cold, Ivan says quietly, you die. 800 people live here, spread across 1.5 square kilometers. And they've engineered their survival with a precision that borders on art. Homes are built on thick wooden beams laid over permafrost, ground that never thaws, hundreds of meters deep. Walls have 7 layers of insulation. Windows are triple glazed. The entrance room is deliberately left unheated, acting as a buffer between the Arctic outside and the warmth within. A single coal-powered boiler heats the entire village through buried pipes. If it stops, even briefly, everyone is at risk. Water comes from ice. Each family cuts massive blocks from the frozen river, hauls them home by sled, and melts them down. Bathing takes 4 to 5 hours. It happens once a week, and the moment you step out of the warmth, you're walking into a temperature swing of over 100 degrees. Nikolai walks his daughters to school every morning through the dark and the cold. School only closes when temperatures fall below minus 55. Today, it's minus 51. So the children go. There's something unexpected about this place. Not just endurance, not just survival, but a kind of peace. The Yakut people don't speak of the cold as an enemy. They speak of it as a presence, something to be respected, understood, lived alongside. Watch Ivan offer the first slice of frozen fish back to the forest. Watch Yevdokia tend her cows with quiet care. Watch children run to school in the dark, and slowly, it starts to make sense. The cold doesn't define these people. Their relationship with it does. This is Oymyakon, the coldest place on Earth where people choose to stay. Not because they have no choice, but because this is home.